Demo day is here. Hey everybody, welcome back. That was a mistake. Demo day is here. Hey everybody, welcome back to my basement and all things Jeff. In today's episode, we are finally going to tear this down and pack it away. So please sit back, relax, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. Okay, the time for talking is done. It's time to get to work. Here we go. Best rack ever. All right, we're gonna start with taking down this red skirt. You have to have a tack puller. Best tool. Lots of thumbtacks. Don't forget to label. Labeling is important, so you remember how to do it next time. Labeling. All right, next up, take down the tunnel. Let's go. Through the tunnel where the tunnel was, and this is fairyland right here. Oh, the light just don't go well. And that's that. Now I'm gonna do you a full tour so you can see the wiring underneath. All right, here we go. label, label. Label, label, label. No label. All right, that's it. I'm done for tonight. I think we're working on 7 hours, day 1. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm going to get some dinner and I'll see you in the next one. Hey everybody, welcome back to my basement and all things Jeff. This is day 2 of demo. Day 1 went really well. We got a lot of work done. Today, we're going to clear off the entire surface of this train garden, except for the mountains, and then we're going to run some trains. In the next episode, we're going to take the mountains down and then run trains. I've never done this before. Usually the trains are the first thing packed up, but I wanted to see it. So today I'm going to ask Sydney to come down and help me because there's a lot of tacky wax on the bottom of all these little characters and people. So that takes time to get rid of. So we're going to get started right now. Let's get to it. All right, everybody. Day 2. Here we go. Demo. I got Sydney here with me. Say hi, Sydney. All right. You start over there. I'm going to start down here. We're cleaning up.
Here we go.
Just a quick letter from the editor. After filming all of day 1 and all of day 2, we noticed a crackling in the audio. We do apologize. Just try to bear with us. He is trying his best.
So all of these characters have tacky wax on them. It's a product that makes them stand up, and it doesn't hurt them. See the green stuff? I know it's hard to see, but if you just wipe it off with a paper towel, it comes right off. It doesn't stain, and there it is. All right. Corey tonight. Huh? Where were you, Corey?
What is this? Why is there an eyeball? There's like 3 of them that I see. Why? I think my father is nuts. This is my favorite SpongeBob on here. The robot looking one. I love it.
Put that on video. Ow! Organize, organize, organize.
Do you guys see these little aliens? We put 14 of them behind Buzz Lightyear, and they were following Buzz Lightyear.
Here's a mine entrance, and that's how deep it is. It's just cardboard painted black on the inside. Pretty simple. HO scale. Drink umbrellas. Just a little piece of wood. Drill a hole, put a drink umbrella in there. It works. Sunflowers, corn, crops, little piece of wood, drill holes, hot glue, easy. Dump a little dirt in there. Beat up car. A hammer does amazing things. It's just made out of fencing and little pieces of wooden dowel. I think it looks pretty good. Just a bunch of old Matchbox wheels. I broke off the cars to use at Gus's rim polishing. It's just a piece of wire fencing with the letters with the little tacks on the back that you use on foam board. All right, let's take those trees right there and we're gonna go do the residential area next. I'll see you there. All right, before we get back to packing up the residential area, which is right next to you, I'm going to go over packing the trees one more time. I don't feel like my son Corey, the editor, who cut out some stuff, really showed you that. So we just use these blue bins. In the bottom, I already have all of my generic green trees stuck in there. And then we put this PVC pipe in right here. There's 3/4 on the bottom and 1/2 inch up top. And they're cut so just to the length of a tree. And then I know you saw this where I stuck all of these trees on, try not to drop them. We notched the corner out so that it fits over the pipe on the upper level and just drop it in there like this. So now you have your second level of trees. And then your top level doesn't get any notches and it just sits right on top. Third level, close the top, label, 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 and they're ready to go in storage. Now we have 3 more boxes here that are filled with trees. Each box has about 200 or 220 trees in it. So that's a lot of trees. So let's get back to the residential area. All right, got my trusty rack. Let's get back to it. These are some original signs my friend Ken gave me. Can't go wrong at a flea market. I'm back. All right. Here's the trailer. Has 2 little screws it just rocks on with a motor underneath that pulls it up and down. Okay. That about finishes us up for this section That's it. City's done. Amusement park's done. Beach, farm, residential. Now we're going to the city. I think I'm going to spin you around so you're looking the other way. So hold on tight. It's going to be a good ride. All right, last area to do before we run the trains with nothing on the platform. So let's get to it. Even label the inside. No labels. Best Christmas movie ever. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Victory! Oh no, I forgot this. Lead skiers, probably from the 1950s. By the way, this train garden started in 1957, this whole collection. Maximize your space. Oh, hey, get back up. You okay? Don't fall asleep on me. Trains are next. Let's go run some trains. By the way, done. Hey, I hope you enjoyed watching the trains run with nothing in the way. Demo day 2 is in the books. 8 hours. Sydney and I together. Thank you, Sydney, for all your help. Tomorrow, we're going to get into day 3 of demo day. Mountains come down, more trains running, and by the end of the day, everything should be gone and packed away. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there was a new train running over here in the residential area. That was my dad's train from the 1930s, maybe 40s, somewhere in there. I have to look it up. So please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. How's it looking from down there? Hey everybody, welcome back to my basement and all things Jeff. In today's episode, we are going to take down these mountains and all of these trees that I forgot about that just stick in. We're going to collect these rocks that I forgot about also. They're made out of styrofoam. They're really old. We're going to take a really close look at this river. You'll be able to see how it's constructed from top to bottom. Then we're going to run some trains. After that, we're going to take the track down, put the trains away, probably in the reverse order. Green paper off, platforms down, put in the back room. I'll show you how all that is put away and stacked, and then that's it. So sit back, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. We are going to start collecting all these trees. They're just pine trees with the base removed. Put them in the box. Shouldn't take 5 minutes. I even use old ones that are losing all their green, makes them look a little dead. When we get a full box, dump them in this side. And back to work we go. Box 2, box 3, filled to the brim. All right, now it's time for rocks. Label, label, label. I know what you're saying. That's a Plasticville box from the 50s. Why'd you label it? Well, we didn't know in the 60s. Come on. Here we go. So we have 2 kinds of rocks. These are styrofoam. I think they're Plasticville from the 1950s, 60s. Not sure. If you know, let me know. I've got them everywhere. But we also just use regular concrete. Just drop it on a piece of plywood. And you end up with some nice rocks. Adds a lot to the layout. So we're going to pick these up. Probably take 5 minutes. And we'll get back to it. And there we go. All the rocks. Doesn't look like many when they're spread around, but it's a fair amount. All right, before I go any further, I'm gonna go vacuum up that sand. I'm tired of stepping in it. All right, that's that. Now we're going to take down the mountains, one by one. A lot of little tacks. Going to use our favorite tool, the tack puller. You have to have a tack puller. Best tool. And then we're going to take them apart, fold them up, pack them away. Here we go. That's a piece of cardboard from inside the tunnel. It's just a piece of Rail King box. I think I used a marker, spray paint, doesn't matter. Cut 2 slits in it so it fits into the side of the Lionel tunnel entrance. Off you go. A Rail King tunnel entrance. I drill just a small hole in the back, and I use a 7/16 inch panhead screw to fasten it down. Pretty simple. Then we put tape around the perimeter so the mountains stick to the tunnel entrance. So there's our first mountain down. It's like the one I showed you in the very first video. It's just a sheet of paper. I think it's 2 feet by 3 feet printed. Where they join together, we just put a little masking tape so it's 2 mountains stick together. And we'll go back and flatten all these out and fold them up later. Here's the tree from the cab rides. I don't know if anybody watched that one, but it was in the tunnel. Not sure how it got there. All right. All right, we're going to do the rest of these mountains the easy way. Ready? Wow, that was easy when you just... Why did I snap a second time? Now I have to do it the hard way. Here we go. Whew. That's it for the printed paper. We are done. It's on to the snow village. Take down the snow. All right, here we are in the snow village. Let's take it down. I'm not pulling the tacks on this. That's about all there is to it. Now we just have to clean up some of the snow, take down the tunnels, and we're going to run some trains. Alright, it's time to clean up this pile of mountains. I moved them all into one spot. This is how many it is. I'll show you how to do one. But this is where we put them. Mountains, mountains, mountains. Don't forget the label. I know you're getting sick of hearing it, but it's true. This is what we have left that hasn't been used. Some of them have been used, and that's what they look like after you flatten them out. And then brand new, they look like this. Just giant sheets of paper. The stuff you used to get in the hobby shops was brown, and it was better. I'm gonna figure out what that was. I'm gonna get some of that. And here's some of that box for the back of the tunnels. All right, so let's get to it. We need a place to work, so we'll just pop this out of here. We'll put it back to run the train later. So I always fold over every edge all the way around. Just makes it a better look. Wherever there's tape, peel it off. It leaves a spot, but next year you can just fold it over and it hides it. It's not a big deal. If you have a tear, I'll be right back. I forgot. All right, I'm back. Masking tape is your friend with these paper mountains. So you gotta find the beginning. There we go. So if you have a tear, just put it together as close as you can figure it belongs. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just trains. And there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Tear's repaired. I mean, it's so simple. Just make sure you get off all of the little pieces of paper, or tape, sorry. Oh, there's another hole up. See that hole? Easy. The hole's repaired. So next year we just fold it over a little bit. You won't even notice the weight. You can put a bush on it or something. Not a big deal. All right. So then you just flatten it out. Fold it once. Fold it twice. Right? Fits perfectly in there. And these things stack up really, really deep. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and do all these. Corey's going to make it go. You'll catch up. All right, that's it. All right, you're back here in the back. Amusement park's over there. I'm gonna start here, working our way across, taking down the track, the wood, everything. So let's go. All right, here's your upper river. All right, straight to the trash. All right, I've got a big mess going here. I'm going to clean up a little bit real quick, and then we're going to continue over in that area, but near the amusement park, and then we're going to the other end. Let's get to it. All right. Whew. All right, right there is most of the lower river. All sheet metal, a little bit of silicone to keep it in place. And I make up these little clips that clip it down, screw it down to the plywood base. You can see there's a plywood base under it. That's where it connected to the pond. Bunch of silicone to keep it from leaking. So that's off to the trash. All right, there's the very bottom of the river where it goes into the final lake. And see how I turn it down so the lip of the pond is up high. So the water goes past it. You just fill it with concrete. A little bit of silicone to seal the two pieces of metal. Good to go. All right. All right, here we are at the other end. I got you looking from down there too, so let's see which one looks the best, and that's the one we'll go with. We're going to start with the red bridge, work this direction, so sit tight and watch. Be right back. That's it. That is it. Done. Everything's off the top. Oh man, we forgot the other end. All right, let's go. That's it. Everything is off the top. Just needs to be packed up, cleaned up. That'll take about 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. I'll take you on a quick trip around to see what it looks like right now. All right, we're making good progress. I have consolidated everything to one location after I took a short break and got some food. I'm getting tired. We're going to do the bridges, pack up all of this track, and then we're going to pack up the trains, which you're sitting on right now. So let's get to it. So for the sake of space and not worrying about taking up more space, I put the bridges, the small bridges, inside the big bridge. Put them in the box. All right, 1 down, 4 to go, 3 to go. All right, on to track. We'll start with the long track. It's just a lot, get rid of it fast. Put it back in the original box, why not? All of this track has been cleaned before I took it up, a couple days before we did the final run. So I'll probably clean it sometime during the next couple of months, but not today. All right, let's move on to curve track. Label, label, label. Just like every other video, these bins are amazing. All right. 17 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and then there's some pieces that fit on the end, just on the edge. Let's go get another box. Box 2 of curve track. Straight track. All right, this is where it gets a little interesting. All these different size pieces here. So Real Tracks makes everything from 3.5, and they print it on there, and it's hard to read, so I write it 3.5, 4.25, 4.25. They make a 5 somewhere in here, and they make a 5.5. They also make half curves. That's a full curve. And then insulated sections. They're in here somewhere too. I've taken this bin and divided it and written on the side 5.55, 2, 4.25, 3.25, and 5 insulated. The dividers are made of masonite, just a hardboard material, and I cut little notches in them, and they fit in these grooves on this bin, and they make great dividers. Tip, tip. All right. I'm not tipping it too far. It's going to fall over and you're going to laugh at me. But there they are. It's not quite full, but that's a lot of pieces of track. All right. All right. That's it for this section. I'm going to take you off the trains because you're still sitting on them. And then we're going to take a quick look at the trains, pack them up. All the trains you're going to see are all the trains that ran on this year's layout. All right, you caught me in a lie. The American Flyer did not run on this year's layout. That is my mom's train, and it was on the original layout in 1957, which Corey is now going to show you a picture of. This red train was found in a flea market. My friend Ken. There's my dad's train. The rest of these, well, that's an older one, Lionel. The rest of these are fairly modern trains, mostly MTH, except for the Polar Track. Some of these were my dad's engines. There's the Disney train that pulled 22 cars. You're going to see that video soon. There's our Christmas train we run under the tree. And there's my favorite, the monorail. Everybody knows I love the monorail. All right, well, let's get to packing up. Norfolk and Western, Daylight and Thomas. Label, label, label. Everybody knows this is my favorite padding. This is what they used under pergo floors years ago. I don't know if they still do or not. We got Newport or Norfolk. All right. Heavy engines go on the bottom. Cars go up above. This is a proven strategy. All right, here we go. Grass comes off. Tack puller. You've got to have a tack puller. Most of the nails are out because I took them out as I was doing the mountains. So we'll hit a few. Grain grass is done. Let's move on to the platforms. All right, the last thing I have to show you before we take all this down are my diagrams. So right here, I have a road map to assemble this. I'll pick you up in a minute and show it to you. I have some dimensions to show me how far away from the wall and dimensions back there. And then every platform is labeled. There's also slash marks going through the joints so that I know where they line up. So let's pick you up, give you a quick look at this. So this is the diagram. This is where we are now. This is the very first platform I put together every year. Normally I start taking it apart over here, but I'm going to do it from over here this year. So over here we have 24 inches to the wall. And then way in the back, it says 1.75 inches, I believe, to that wall. And then the hash marks I was telling you about are right here. And various platforms have them. All right. Let's tear this thing apart. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start with this one right here in front of you. I hope I don't knock you over, and then we'll work our way back that way. I have to go underneath and take screws out. All right, that's one. Back under. Just a basic socket extension, long socket, deep, with an extension that I cut off and roughed the edges up so the drill would grab it. All of these legs are screwed or bolted on. All right, that's it. All the platforms are down. One leg left to take off. Every leg is marked with an identifying label. Label. Every platform has a corresponding label. U, Q, S, whatever it happens to be. That's it. Less than 1 hour. All right, it's time to take a break. Gotta dry off a little bit, get some food, and I'm coming back down, putting it in the back room, and I'll show you what that's about. All right, we're back. We're in my workshop. Platforms go here. They used to go over there. I don't know why I changed. Ping pong table is stored here. It has to go out. So let's get started. All right, I'm sure by now you figured out the system. Lay a platform down, put legs inside. By the time we get up to about this high, all the legs will be gone. A lot of the little pieces of wood will be gone. Then it's just platforms. These plastic pieces smash down so the legs don't stick too high and make the pile a little wonky. All right, that's it for the legs. Now I start putting in all my small pieces of wood. All right, because I moved the pile from over there to over here, I wasn't thinking. This is in the way, so I have to put the others leaning up against the back. Not a big deal. All right, that is it. There's your platforms all in one spot. I need to get some wood to put under this one. I forgot and I put it all underneath. But that's it. So let's go clean it up and put the furniture back. All right. I'm going to do a quick vacuum. Hold your ears, it's loud. And then I'm going to put everything back. And Corey's going to do the thing that you guys love. All right, let's go. All right. Right here is where I'm going to teach you how to build those cardboard houses you've seen before. It's amazing. You're going to love that. It's coming up probably 1 or 2 more episodes. All right, I believe that is all the furniture. The only thing left to do, I got to show you those racks and the back room, and then put the racks in the back room. And, oh, the transformer, or the control panel. I haven't done the control panel yet. It's sitting over there. Everything's still on it. Normally, one of the first things packed away. All right, let's get to that. Okay, I left one bin in here for scale. The bins on the right are holiday decorations. So we have 3 shelves, and then those things on the floor, they're shelves, but they just keep the black bins off the floor. And then we have one more shelf. Everything on that train garden goes in this one room. It'll take me about 10 minutes, maybe 15, and I'll show you what it looks like full. All right, here we are in the back room. These boxes right here were there before we started. So we went all the way around to here. Everything on that train layout is in this room, except the platforms and the 2 big rolling bins, which we're going to go get now. All right, here they are. Both racks full. I know you can't see it real clear, but everything's organized. Cars, people, fencing, lighting. I don't know. This is all the stuff from the Snow Village and more people from Disney and the monorail. So I'm going to give you a close-up look so you can see a little bit better. All the cars are right here. Really easy. Plastic baggies for everything. There's my Plasticville box that I put tape on. I know. Fence, electrical stuff. Just a little bit of everything. Trussels, boxes with, I think they're telephone poles or connectors. There's some more stuff from Disney, or the amusement park. Don't say Disney. And then just random things. So there you go. We're going to put it in the back room now. Let's go look at that. All right, let's go get those rolling bins. One really nice feature I forgot to tell you about is it has a little flap, and there's zippers to keep the dust out. Last one. And I'll just put the little pond. I don't think I'm going to use it next year. We'll put that on top just in case. Here's the pond I normally use. A lot bigger. I love this one. I just didn't have room for it this year, but next year. All right. I think that finishes us up except for the control panel tour. So let's go check that out. Hey, thanks for taking some of your time to watch these last 3 videos disassembling this train layout. Train garden if you're from Maryland. You guys will get used to hearing me say that. I slip up a lot. So this took 27 hours over the last 3 episodes, and that included the time Sydney was down here. So I want to thank her. She's a big help. I also want to thank my wife, Denise, for tolerating me doing this. So in the next episode, we are going to build the cardboard houses from scratch that I've been showing you. It doesn't take very long. It's a lot of fun, and you might just learn something. Corey's going to do the whole blah, blah, blah thing where it speeds it up. So sit back, relax, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.